I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 57 of Raise the Halt, our quest to return Aston Villa to the top of European football. And since our last episode, not too much has happened. As you can see, we've had just the one game against Chelsea. It was a 0-0 draw. There was barely a highlight, but it was a good point on the road against a team that is at the top of the league, although not quite in the three-horse title race as we are. Was more than happy to get a result. We had backup strikers. We had Molyneux and the Boob up top. So yeah, I was pretty happy to get away with a point in that game. And as you can see, what that's done to the league table is we are now equal on points with Arsenal. They have no longer got game in hand. And we're only a point behind Manchester United. And as I said, Chelsea's out of the way. They're sitting in fourth spot. And look at the gap we have. We've almost guaranteed ourselves Champions League football next season already. But next season's Champions League isn't what we're focusing on right now. As you saw at the start, it's the first knockout round away to Sevilla. And let's have a look at the team we've got to go with this. Now, it's pretty much the first time we've got to play what I would consider our best team. So it's Golini in goal, Langley, Van Drongelen and Kone at the back, Davies and Conti down the wings, Ali, Lima and Roberts, the midfield trio, and of course Gonzalez and Wilson up top. Hopefully this is going to be a really good performance from us. Okay, so we can see they're lining up as the scouts expected, which is good. And Zonzi's still in their midfield. Markovic, there's nothing in there particularly that looks overwhelming. When we did have a look at that team, if you remember when we drew them, and it looked doable, didn't it, at the time? So let's see. Rebrov says encourage the team. I mean, he seems insistent on saying that we're the underdogs. I'm not sure that I necessarily agree with that, but if that's the way that it is, then let's go with the underdogs. That suits us down to the ground. Let's go and cause an upset. And then we'll do our usual, we have faith. I guess historically in the Champions League, we haven't been there, have we? So maybe that's the case. That seems to have gone down well as a team talk, so let's go and get a result. We need some away goals here, don't we? All right, here we go. This is, of course, Langley's old club as well, so it's his first trip back to Sevilla, where we poached him. We only paid, I think, 1.8 million for him, which, considering he's been a starting central defender for us, is proven to be quite the bargain. Now, we really want to make sure we can try and get an away goal here, if we can. Let's see what this highlight holds. A bit of a lump up. Can we win that? We can. We're not going to get the second ball, though. So it looks like it could be their highlight. Truisi. Good tackle from Kone. Let's see if we can build something here. Kone up to Roberts. We've got Wilson forward here. Can Gonzalez get that? He can. Up to Wilson. This is Dele Alli running into the box. Wilson picks his pass to Dele Alli. Go on, Dele. Square it. Roberts. Paddy Roberts. Whoa! Patrick Roberts, he hadn't been on the best of form in recent times. We gave him a game off against Chelsea, and the rest seems to have done him good. And he pops up with the opening goal. Dele Alli, look at this. He could have been selfish, but he's not. And Patrick Roberts could hardly miss. What a start. That's an away goal as well, so that's wonderful. Let's see. We are dominating in terms of, well, it's only been the one shot, I guess, so it's hard to call that domination, but it's definitely good to see that they haven't had a shot on goal. It'll be 15 minutes in now. Wilson, just couldn't quite wrap his foot around the cross. Well, hopefully we can win the header here, and this isn't one of their highlights. Kone's trying to be a bit of a beast. Roberts, he's run straight past the defender, and that's a terrible shot. Patrick Roberts, hang your head in shame. That aside, though, things are going pretty well here. They still haven't had a shot on goal, which is really good. If we can just get a concentrate out any second. Oh, there we go. Another goal kick for them. Can Kone win this one? It's not really towards him. Van Drongelen can win it, though, but no one's there for the second ball. This might be lagging, so if that is coming through, guys, I apologise. Got a man on the overlap. Come on, Ben Davies has got him covered in his back pocket. Again, we can't get that second ball, though. It's the only, I think, the downside to this game so far is, there we go, we've got that one. Keep the ball nicely. We're just not picking up the loose balls. Roberts has got this. Picks out Gonzalez. That's a nice pass. Gonzalez, he's not quite in. It falls to Dele Alli. Go on, Dele. Oh, what a bad finish. just kind of chipped it straight up at the keeper. Now Wilson has got a bit of a knock there. We have the boob on the bench. Doesn't look too bad. I wonder if we can get... He's actually conditioned is not deteriorating, so I wonder if we can get him into half-time here. Given that we have the away goal, I'm tempted to maybe take him off. So it's a potential knee injury. We probably don't want to play Russian roulette with that, do we? So it's a decent first half. We've got, as I said, the away goal already. We'll say we're not happy, though, I think, because individually the match ratings aren't great. And then for James Taylor, we'll just bring on the boob, and we'll play the boob as... Should we play him as just a poacher? No, we'll play him as a poacher. Just try him as a like-for-like and see what happens. I haven't quite pinpointed the boob's best position as of yet. He's done well as playing as a complete forward, but that's against sort of lesser opposition in the cups and things like that. So we haven't really had a chance to see what he can do against, Champions League caliber opponents, which is what we have here. I have no doubt that he's going to be good enough, and that he probably is good enough. He's very good on the ball, actually. So he might lead him to be more of a poacher than anything else. Goalkeeper is way out of position if we can get that ball back. It's going to fall, no, just on his heels. And Zonzi. He was massively underrated, wasn't he, at Blackburn and Stoke? He's gone to Spain in real life, I'm talking, and he's done really, really well over there. It's a terrible shot. We'll let them have that all day long. The fact that he could run that far, though, is a little bit troubling. So let's maybe just throw out a concentrate. Can we clear the corner? We can. They're going to get another crack at it, though. Markovic has got a pass into Rafahina, is that? It's a wonderful Brazilian name, isn't it? Oh, Golini. I've lost a little bit of faith in him. If you're watching last episode where he had that flap, I think was that against Tottenham or Liverpool? I can't remember which game it was now. And of course he had another little episode against Real Madrid where he just let the ball roll past him. That's a nice pass up to the boob. Yes, out to Davies. We don't have Strands Larsen. He's broken his arm, which is why he's not featuring, if anyone was wondering. He's going to be gone for another 2 or 3 weeks yet. He's obviously a broken arm is a little bit longer off than other injuries. Patrick Roberts, who got the boob in. Is he offside? He may have been offside there. That would have been a good one. I think he got a goal against Real Madrid too, Boubacar, so he isn't completely unproven at this level. Scoring against Real Madrid is quite the thing to have on the CV, isn't it? Roberts, back to Kone. Oh, he also dropped it. Keeper has dropped it, and it's offside. I'd like to see that again, actually. I'm not sure how Gonzalez could have been offside there, but obviously he was. Right. I feel as though let's demand more. We're not really creating much. You can see we're having shots at goal, but we're not really getting highlights, which means they're not sort of quality shots. Oh, now Boubacar's injured. Okay, so what do we do now? All right, I think the obvious thing to do, Luis Felipe is far and away the best player we have on the bench. So the best thing to do might be if we just drop Lima back in, we'll put Luis Felipe back in there as a central midfielder, and just play Gonzalez. Just play Gonzalez up top by himself, I think, might be the way to go here. Okay, and just give him we have faith. It's just the second game in a row, isn't it, where we've had an injury with our strikers, or double injury, because we took Wilson off again just sort of as a precaution, and it's come back to bite us a little bit. The fact that we'll have Wilson available, hopefully, for Everton up next would suggest it wasn't... Oh, Golini. His shot stopping has just absolutely fallen off a cliff. All right, let's go attacking. Let's... No, too late. There was nothing really on here. We've just let them knock one straight over our heads. And I just feel like I mean, it's in the corner, isn't it? Maybe there wasn't much Golini could have done, but it's not great at defending. And that means, of course, that we still have the away goal, but it's not quite not quite what we would have wanted to have. So we'll go a higher tempo. We'll go a little bit more mixed passing. We'll keep it attacking, and we've been a little bit disappointing, haven't we? Let's give them a push forward. I'd like to think we could get that goal back, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it? So this is another highlight, starting with one of their goal kicks. Now, can we win that ball? We can, and it's going to be picked up by Paddy Roberts. All right, let's see if we can build something here. Gonzalez, he's kind of holding up play nicely. Dele Alli, this looks promising. Dele Alli into Patrick Roberts. Patrick Roberts back to Dele Alli. Is it? He squares it. It's back post to goal! Dele Alli, once again, at the heart of that move. He had the ball like two or three times there. Picks it back to Roberts. Roberts back to Dele Alli, and then what a ball to the back post. And Ben Davies coming in, could not miss. So that's 2 away goals now. That's our lead back. And we'll keep this going. Let's see if we can get a third. I almost think that hoping for a third, and even if it finishes 2-2, that's 2 away goals. But, that means obviously a draw at home, unless we go and stupidly ship 3, will more than likely get us through. So I feel like the risk of getting that third away goal might be worth it here. Let's see what Boubacar can do up top. We're a little bit opened in midfield, but that's the risk we're running, isn't it? See, just hold him up there, boys. Hold him up. We have plenty of guys back. There shouldn't be a way through there. Langale back to Golini. He's cleared it up field. Can we get onto that? No, not quite. Can we win that ball? It's going to come straight back at us, isn't it? That's a good run from their fullback. Oh, dear. They've got one man in the middle, and we've let them do that. Let's give them a concentrate. Oh, that's just really bad defending. Roberts didn't go with his man. And then how does one man in the middle there find space with 3 central defenders? We're just not marking. Van Drongelen's the one, I think, that is most at fault there, isn't he? But you could really point the finger at any one of them. So we haven't played very well, have we? I mean, Roberts has had a really good game. Ali and Davies have played okay, but otherwise, not particularly great. But we do have, as I said, those 2 away goals. Langale's done well there. It's only, 15 seconds to go here, so there is still time. He's offside. So that's a bit of a nothing highlight, isn't it? Maybe this is the end of the game. There it is. Well, I don't know what to make of that. I feel like it's a decent result, but yeah, we could have done... I don't think we've played particularly well. Right, do we go unlucky? No, we'll go we're not happy. And then we can tell the guys that played well that they played well. So let me know in the comments what you think. 2-2 away from home. Did we do the right thing? Should have we tried to kind of shut up shop when we went 2-1 up? Let me know your thoughts. How the injury's going here. 3 to 6 weeks. It's not great for the boob. And then Wilson, 4 to 5 days. So he won't be back for Everton, but he should be back for the second leg. So we'll be back for Everton in momentarily. All right, welcome back. We have Everton here. Now you can see they're in excellent form, and they've really come rocketing up the table. If you remember back in I think last time we played them, they're right down in the relegation zone. So they're going to be a tough game for us. Let's see the team that we are going with here. It's essentially the same team, except obviously with Wilson injured, we're going with Molyneux up front. So Golini in goal, Langale, Van Drongelen, Kone, Davies and Conte at the back, Lima and Ali in midfield, Roberts, Gonzalez and Molyneux as the front trio. Okay, and you may notice an unfamiliar name on the bench, M. Bridge. That is because with Wilson injured, the boob injured, Keenan Davis sold, Jordan Cameron out on loan, we've suddenly found ourselves a bit of a striker crisis. So hopefully we won't have any more injuries to strikers because we are really, really beginning to struggle. We'll do it for the fans. Let's see what we can do. Do it for the fans. And then obviously the old calm we have faiths. We do have the problem with Cameron Jordan is that we could call him back, but because we would need to register him for the Premier League squad, we can't do that. We do have a young striker on loan that we could do. All right. Yes, we do have a young striker on loan that we could call back. He's under 21, so he wouldn't need to actually be registered. I don't want to call him back just yet, though, because he is getting game time. I think it's Bolton, which is either League One or Championship. I'm not sure. So I'm happy for him to keep doing that for long-term development. But obviously, if we get another injury to a striker, we're going to have to call him back. Wilson's he's not quite fit for this one, but he'll be back next game. So it's not necessarily a long-term issue that we have quite yet, but another injury, and it certainly does become that. So let's see what we can do with this highlight. Dele Alli on the ball, turns for Gonzalez. Roberts out to Davies. Can he pick out a cross? He's waited a little bit. Goal to Gonzalez! What a goal that is. I'm not sure. I think I may have had the screen not quite right there, but it doesn't take away from the goal. Ben Davies, he's got a nice cross in, and Gonzalez timed his run perfectly, and that's 1-0 to the good guys. So let's see what else we can do here. With even game, isn't it, possession-wise? They haven't had a shot on target yet, though, which suggests that they're not doing as much with the ball as we are. Let's see what we can do from this. Dele Alli. Oh, it's a bit of a lunge there, isn't it? Is that going to be a free kick? Is it going to be a sending off? Oh, it is a sending off. Well, I didn't think it looked that bad, but we'll take that. So if we can get another goal or two here whilst they're down to 10 men, we can look at maybe resting some players. All right, from the corner, Patrick Roberts knocks it in. Gonzalez! Goal! Gonzalez at the double. We haven't scored a goal from a corner for quite a while, have we? But that's a nice little header back across the face of goal, in at the far corner. 2-0 Villa. So now we can start to think changes. I'm thinking Mings and Bree for Conti and Davies might be on the cards here because they have run a lot and they have played a lot of football as well. So what can Molyneux do? Can we get a third before half-time? No, it's out to Dele Alli, though. And we know when he's got the ball at his feet, anything can happen. He's going out wide. Can he find a cross? He's just running to the corner flag. Digs out a cross. Van Drongelen! Oh, it's a good save from Pickford. Good play from Dele Alli, though. So Matty Molyneux's not having his best game, but he pretty much has to stay on the field because we're really struggling for strikers otherwise. So I think assertive, don't get complacent is the only thing we can really say here. And we'll just let Gonzalez know that he is playing well and we're quite happy with how he's going, and then we'll get back out there. So yeah, I'm thinking, we might rest the wing-backs here because it is a good opportunity to do so. Then that will leave us one other sub, which we will want to keep up our sleeves for the sake of an injury. Conrad Lima's picked up a booking. That is obviously not ideal as he is our ball-winning midfielder. A third goal would give me great confidence in making changes. Oh, that's poor. Can we get the ball back? It looks like we can. Kone, can we build again? It's a long sideways ball, which makes me nervous. It's lagging at 2, I think, so apologies for that. Ben Davies. We're spreading the ball nicely, though. We are keeping it. They are a man down, of course, which does help. There we go. Conti, can you pick out a cross? He can. Gonzalez! We've moved that ball wonderfully from back to front to side, and then that pass from Langley to find Conti was a beauty. And then look at this cross, and that's a hat-trick for Walter Gonzalez. He hasn't scored for a little while, so it's good to see him back in form. And we'll wait for the hour mark, I think, just so it looks nice and neat, and then we might make that double change at fullback, or wing-back as the case may be. So Mings for Davies, Bree for Conti, and then I think the last change we might make is we might look to bring Jordan Williams on and play him as a sort of a deeper midfielder. Whether we give Gonzalez the rest or we give Patrick Roberts the rest is probably the question. Or maybe we should take Conrad Lima off, given that he's on a booking. Now I say that, I think that might be the sensible thing to do. All right, are they going to get one back here? It's a decent run, but not a good shot. Might just throw out a concentrate after that. The warning signs were there. All right, after this highlight, we will look to take Conrad Lima off, I think. Just protect him. Oh, that's a terrible pass. Van Drongelen can win it back, though. Lima's there. Back to Dele Alli. What can he do? Patrick Roberts out to Bree. Can Gonzalez get 4? We've already seen James Wilson hit 4 this season. It's a back post. Molino's going to... No, Mings is going to retrieve it. It's still there for Gonzalez for 4. It's James Bree! Oh, he's turned it over. Oh, he should have scored. Okay, let's get Lima off. Protect him from himself. I think Williams can play up there. That's not too bad. We'll leave him playing that high up the field. He's been complaining about first-team football as well, so it's a good opportunity to get him out there. And at 3-0, I don't really think nothing can go wrong, surely. Let's give them some encouragement. Everton, you think they were in, strong form or whatever it was? They were in better form than us coming into this. So this is quite the result, even though they are down to 10. Gonzalez! Yeah, I think we've done quite well because we were already, was it 1 goal up, I think, even when the red card was displayed. So, or shown is probably the correct expression, isn't it? 17 shots to 7 on target to 1. Little argument that we've been the better team here. And that is a solid 3 points that will return us to the top of the table. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Arsenal and Manchester United played each other, got a 1-1 draw. So they both dropped points there, which is obviously the perfect result for us. So this is going to take us clear at the top of the table. Gonzalez, can we get a 4th? James Bree, we've got men at the back post. Can you pick one out? No, it's a terrible cross. I mean... James Bree is going to be rusty. We haven't been playing him much lately. Conti's sort of been playing every game. But I feel like that's not really an excuse for that cross, is it? So 10 seconds to go here. Let's just soak it in. And there it is. Gonzalez hat-trick secures the 3 points for us. That's a good end to the game. Let's give it a passionate, very nicely done. And there it is, Aston Villa, a point clear at the top of the table. Are we declaring Champions League football for next season yet? What's that, 14-point gap with 10 games to go? I think we can probably... are Chelsea going to get there? Mathematically, obviously they could, but I think we can almost declare ourselves in next year's Champions League, which is wonderful, wonderful stuff. But we don't have to do it through winners. Now, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. There's still the goals of the month. We'll look back at some of the best goals that we've scored. And we'll come back next episode. I think we'll come back maybe Swansea and Sevilla. I feel like it'd be a bit of an anticlimax to play a game after the Sevilla game. So we'll come back for Swansea and Sevilla, the second leg, next episode. So make sure you join us for that. I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching. And here are our best goals from February. Take care.